At this point, we've got everything entered into our spreadsheet really that we're going to be entering as far as data. We've punched in all the numbers. Now we need to see some results. But before we move on to that, let's talk a little bit about formatting and how you can make the spreadsheet look a little more visually appealing. If we take a look at our sample, there's a number of things that catch the eye here. Number one, we've got some bold text that's larger than the rest of the text. Number two, we have got these interesting little graphs here. And if you take a look at the numeric values inside of the cells, you'll see a pattern here. Wherever there was a larger numeric value, more of that cell is colored in. And wherever there is a smaller value, less of the cell is colored in. This is a conditional formatting that allows us to see the breakdown visually without having to pay attention to the numbers. So, for example, I can tell just at a glance under unit cost that this right here is the most expensive item. At a glance, I can tell that this right here is selling the most, okay, as far as actual value, because of the graphic representation. I know I'm not selling a whole lot of these. I'm not selling a whole lot of these. Okay, so just by the looks there, that is a special formatting. We're going to look at how to do that. Also, you don't know it yet, but this text down here is formatted in a very special way. If I was to go in here, and let's go ahead and grab this one, and I'll change the value to 0 and hit enter. And let's do this one here, 0 and hit enter. And we got to get actually below 10,000. So let me get this one down, and that should do it. Okay, now notice that the cell turned red. So there's a very special formatting that's going on here as well, because just moments ago, let's change this back to 15, I think it was, and we'll bump this one up to just some number, 245. Now it's white. It's just over 10,000. And if I keep going, let's do like that many. Now it's jumped up to green because now it's over 12,000. Now those numbers are not something that's built into Excel. It's something that I have programmed Excel to do. So this formatting is called conditional formatting. It's contingent on the value that's in the cell. You'll also notice some other things. Some of the values, some of the text, and so on, is aligned differently. For example, this cell contains November 2007, but 2007 is pushed up against the right side of the cell and is hanging over the left. Most of the other text, if I select this one, this text is pushed over to the left side of the cell and it's hanging over to the right. All of that is stuff that we can do and things that we in fact do need to do to make this a little bit more appealing. Now, I did see something that we forgot to do, that I forgot to do, actually, and that's enter this information. So I'm going to show you a shortcut for getting information from one spreadsheet into another. I'm going to click and drag to select all 4 of those cells, and then I'll right-click and go to Copy. Copy takes that information, and you can see the little marching ant marquee around the selection. It takes that information and puts it to a temporary holding place called the clipboard. I'll move over to Sales 2, and I think right about here is where we need to have this. So I'll just click right there, right-click, and select Paste. So that same information gets put there, and even the formatting, you can see that it says net profit in bold there. Even the formatting got carried over. So now we've talked about the formatting, we kind of know what we need to do, and the next exercise we're actually going to learn how to do it.